Have you ever considered the power that ignorance holds over our lives? It's a paradox, isn't it? Imagine a world cloaked in darkness, a place where the unknown reigns. This is the realm of ignorance, a state of being uninformed or unaware. At first glance, it might seem like an undesirable place to be. After all, ignorance is often associated with confusion, misunderstanding, and even manipulation. It's the fertile ground where misinformation flourishes, and the breeding place for prejudice and intolerance. But let's flip the coin for a moment and view ignorance from a different angle. In this realm of darkness, every shadow is a mystery, every corner an unexplored territory. It's a realm that beckons us to question, to probe, to seek. It's a place that fuels our curiosity and ignites our thirst for knowledge. From the depths of ignorance, the quest for understanding emerges, pushing us to venture into the unknown, to learn, to grow, to evolve. Think about it. Every great mind, every innovator, every explorer started their journey in the realm of ignorance. The most groundbreaking scientific discoveries, the most breathtaking pieces of art, the most revolutionary technological advancements were all born out of a state of not knowing. That's the paradox of ignorance. It isn't just a state of unawareness, it's a catalyst. It's a spark that initiates the journey of discovery. So while ignorance can be a hindrance, a source of misinformation and misunderstanding, it can also be a driving force. It's the paradox that keeps us moving forward, the enigma that keeps us striving for more. It's the force that propels us to question, to learn, and to grow. It's the darkness that makes us yearn for light, the unknown that makes us seek the known. Ignorance, then, isn't just a state of not knowing. It's a catalyst, a spark that can ignite the pursuit of knowledge. But how can something as seemingly negative as ignorance serve as a motivator? Let's delve into this paradox. Ignorance, in its purest form, is simply a lack of knowledge. But it is not a permanent state. It's a starting point, a blank canvas, an opportunity. It's the first step on the path to discovery. Ignorance can be the spark that kindles the flame of curiosity, leading us to seek knowledge, to grow, to evolve. Consider for a moment the great thinkers, the innovators, the trailblazers of history. They were once ignorant in their fields. Sir Isaac Newton, when an apple fell on his head, he didn't know why it fell straight down and not sideways, but his ignorance motivated him. It drove him to question, to explore, to understand the unseen forces of nature, leading to the discovery of gravity. Or take Albert Einstein. He was initially ignorant of the complex theories that would later make him famous. But he didn't let his ignorance deter him. Instead, it motivated him to push the boundaries of conventional wisdom, to question the very fabric of reality, leading to his groundbreaking theory of relativity. And it's not just about science. Ignorance is a motivator in all walks of life. In the realm of social justice, it's the ignorance of the plight of others that motivates us to learn, to empathize, and to act. In art, it's the ignorance of the medium that drives artists to explore, experiment, and create. In sports, it's the ignorance of one's own limits that pushes athletes to train harder, strive further, break records. So you see, ignorance is not a dead end. It's a doorway. It's not a weakness, but a catalyst for strength. It's not a pit, but a ladder. It's a call to action, an invitation to journey from not knowing to knowing, from darkness to light, from stagnation to growth. In the face of ignorance, we have two choices: to remain in darkness or to light the torch of knowledge and explore the unknown. So, how can we harness the power of ignorance to our advantage? Imagine ignorance not as a dead end, but as a starting point, a launch pad to a journey of discovery. The first step in harnessing the power of ignorance is to acknowledge it. Acknowledge that we don't have all the answers, and that's perfectly all right. For it is from this humble realization that the thirst for knowledge springs forth. Next, we cultivate a spirit of lifelong learning. In this rapidly evolving world, what we know today may be obsolete tomorrow. So, we must commit to a lifetime of learning, not out of obligation, but out of a genuine curiosity and hunger to understand, to know more. Open-mindedness is another key. We must be willing to challenge our preconceived notions, to question what we think we know. This openness to new ideas, new perspectives, and new possibilities is what allows us to grow and evolve. It is what keeps us adaptable and resilient in the face of an ever-changing world. And then comes curiosity, the engine that drives all discovery. Let us rekindle the childlike wonder within us, the desire to explore, to question, to understand. It is our curiosity that will lead us down paths less trodden, to discoveries that could change our lives and perhaps even the world. Finally, we must cultivate patience and perseverance. The journey to knowledge is often long and arduous, filled with challenges and setbacks. But with each stumble, with each fall, we learn. We grow stronger. We come one step closer to the truth. Harnessing the power of ignorance is about transforming our lack of knowledge into a catalyst for growth and discovery. It's about turning our "I don't know" into an "I want to know," our "I can't" into an "I will." It's about using our ignorance not as an excuse for complacency, but as a motivator for action. Remember, every expert was once a beginner. Every knowledgeable person was once ignorant. Let's take a moment to reflect on what we've learned about the power of ignorance. We began our journey with the paradox of ignorance. We discovered that ignorance, often perceived negatively, actually embodies a profound paradox. It's not just about the absence of knowledge, but rather, it's a state of unawareness that can potentially spark curiosity, incite questions, and drive us to seek answers. It's the first step on the path to knowledge, understanding, and enlightenment. Next, we explored how ignorance serves as a motivator. It's the catalyst that pushes us to learn, to grow, and to evolve. When we recognize our ignorance, we are motivated to fill those gaps of understanding. It fuels our thirst for knowledge and our quest for truth. Ignorance is not a weakness, but a driving force that propels us towards personal and intellectual growth. Then we delved into how we can harness the power of ignorance. We discussed that it isn't about reveling in unawareness, but rather acknowledging our ignorance and using it as a springboard for learning. It's about fostering a mindset of continuous growth and learning, a mentality that embraces questions and seeks answers. It's about transforming ignorance from a perceived deficiency into a tool for empowerment. As we wrap up, let's remember the key lessons here. Ignorance, as paradoxical as it may sound, is a powerful tool. It's a motivator, a catalyst, and a transformative force. It's a reminder of our potential for growth and our capacity for understanding. It's a call to action, urging us to keep questioning, keep exploring, and keep learning. So, don't shy away from your ignorance. Own it, embrace it, use it as a stepping stone on your path to knowledge and wisdom. After all, every expert was once a novice. Every scholar was once ignorant. It's the cycle of learning, and it's a journey that never truly ends. Ignorance isn't merely the absence of knowledge, it's the starting point of a journey towards understanding, growth, and enlightenment. Embrace it and let it fuel your quest for knowledge.